What is up, you guys? This is MiniSuperHeroes Today. And in today's video, I'll be showing you how to build all of the main characters from 2012's Amazing Spider-Man in LEGO form using 100% official LEGO parts and pieces. With that being said, it's crazy to me that not a single figure exists in LEGO form from this movie. At the time, Mega Bloks actually had the rights to do brick-built Spider-Man sets, so there are some Mega Bloks Amazing Spider-Man sets out there, as crazy as that is. But in today's video, I'll be showing you how to build the LEGO characters using existing LEGO pieces, so that if you're a fan of this movie, you can have these characters with the pieces you've probably got in your collection. So, hit like and subscribe down below before we get into the nitty-gritty, and with that being said, let's start building some figures. So for these videos, I like to kind of go in chronological order of how the characters appear in the movie. So at the beginning of the film, you'll remember that we've got the young Peter Parker being dropped off by his parents, Richard and Mary Parker, with Aunt May and Uncle Ben. So to start off, we've got young Peter Parker here. This hair is the Rex Dangervest hair, but it's a little lighter brown. As of this video, it's currently available at the LEGO Store's Build a Minifig section, but anyways, just kind of some longer hair will work for whatever you want to get done here. I used this face from little kid Anakin because he's kind of got that sad look on his face. I thought that looked pretty good for the scene. Then the torso here is from Jurassic World. The character is from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and I just flipped it around so that you kind of get that green sweater look. I thought that worked well. And then some dark khaki legs will round out this figure. Let's move him to the back and bring these two up front so you can see him a little better. For Richard Parker, I used the body from Filch from LEGO Harry Potter. I love the suit and tie look underneath this kind of large gray trench coat. It worked out really well for the figure. I used some gray hair here from Han Solo from The Force Awakens. I think that gray hair is coming some other places though. And the face is from one of the Rebel soldiers from LEGO Star Wars. Kind of generic, but it works out. And then for Mary Parker, she's only in this movie for a little bit, but I used some black legs. I just kind of went for the general sweater look. This is from the LEGO City sets. The face is Claire Dearing's concerned face from LEGO Jurassic World with some brown hair. So that is the Parker family. Up next, we meet Uncle Ben and Aunt May. So for Uncle Ben, the torso I used is the torso from MJ from Spider-Man No Way Home. It also came in a Harry Potter set recently with some black legs and the face and hair from Doctor Who. Then, of course, we've got Aunt May, played by Sally Field. And for Aunt May, I used some black legs, a flipped around torso from Harry Potter. You can see it right there. Looks pretty good. And then the face is from Chief O'Hara from the LEGO Batman movie, and just some long black hair will round out this figure. The movie then picks up in 2012 at Midtown High with Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker. To build this figure, I gave him some jeans here, just some blue legs, a little camera in his hand. The torso comes from Claire Dearing from LEGO Jurassic World. I did use the eraser method to take off the sides there so that it looks a little bit more masculine. You know, sometimes the female body torsos have some shading on the sides to make them look a little slimmer. I gave him a brown backpack there, and the face and hair from Hawkeye from the 2015 Age of Ultron line of sets. Here we've got Gwen Stacy in her student outfit. I really like the way that this turned out. The hair comes from Supergirl from the LEGO DC Girls sets, Superhero Girls. It's actually kind of squishy, and it came on a mini doll originally. The face here is from Tina Goldstein with just that little smirk. I really like that. The torso, as you can see here, is one of the torsos from Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. It is the torso from Lois Lane. And with that, I used some short white arms on there. Short-sleeved white arms, that is. And those have come from Dorothy from the LEGO Collectible Minifigure series from the LEGO Movie 2. They've come in several places. The German soccer players, so yeah. Then she's got a skirt on, so I gave her the skirt from Scarlet Witch from 2015's Age of Ultron. Next up is the bully, Flash Thompson. I used some dark gray legs with the torso from Tony Stark from LEGO Marvel, or from Owen Grady from Jurassic World. A angry clone trooper face, or from Sandman or Rhino. Used the same head a lot. And then I just used some tousled hair here to round out this figure. The movie then takes us to Oscorp, where Peter sneaks his way in as an intern. Honestly, in retrospect, that was not very cool of him to do, but we do see Gwen Stacy there in her lab coat. So for this, I used the torso and legs from the Bricktober pack version of Claire Dearing. Man, there's a lot of Jurassic World figures in this showcase, isn't there? That's just wild. Anyways, the head is the same one from before, and I used this blonde ponytail piece because she's got a ponytail in this scene. It all works out pretty well. Here we have Dr. Kurt Connors. I really like the way this figure turned out, even if he does have a little Jurassic Park pin there. Anyways, the body here is from Samuel L. Jackson's character from the Lego Jurassic Park set. That's the gate. And, of course, I removed one hand here to show that Kurt Connors would have a lab sleeve there, but unfortunately he was missing a hand, which is what inspired his science experiments to begin with. The head is from Harry Potter, from the Lego Harry Potter collectible minifigure series 2. When I was putting this together, I'm actually amazed at how few tan skin heads there are that have glasses on them in the Lego universe. I mean, sure, they exist, but ones that would work for the Lizard, or I guess Dr. Connors here, spoiler alert, are very few and far between. So that's what I went ahead and used here. Even if it isn't perfect, I just don't really know of a ton of options that would actually look better than this. So if you have an idea, drop a comment down below. The hair is just some swept back blonde hair here. I got this from the 2016 Ghostbusters Kevin character. Here we have Rajit Radha, and he was one of the scientists that worked alongside Dr. Connors at Oscorp, and he's played by the same actor that plays Masrani from Jurassic World. Again, lots of Jurassic World in this video, so I just used the Simon Masrani figure. I mean, you're not going to get any more like an actor than a minifig that already exists of them, right? Here we have Uncle Ben's killer, which is kind of a dark character to make, but he was in the movie, so let's go ahead and make him. I used some dark blue legs with the torso from Bruce Banner from Infinity War or Ragnarok. I switched out the sleeves to match that undershirt, though, because he's got more of a vest on than a jacket in the film. Got some tan hands on there with the face from Phil Coulson, because again, not a lot of glasses options with tan heads, and I used some Thor hair to give him the look from the movie. Here we've got Vigilante Spider-Man. This is when he's chasing down Uncle Ben's killer at first before he actually makes a Spider-Man suit. And the legs and torso come from Harry Potter from the Lego Harry Potter collectible minifigure series 2, which is perfect because we already used that head on Dr. Connors. So you'll have him, for this video already. Put some red hands on there for his gloves. I used the face from the Iron Spider from Lego Spider-Man, and then I gave him a little beanie cap there since he does wear one in the film. Here we've got Captain Stacy, Gwen Stacy's father from the film, and I love the way that this one turned out. He's got Mr. Incredible's hair, the face from Doctor Who, then the torso and legs come from one of the security guards from the Lego Batman movie. It's pretty crazy that he doesn't really show up in the film until a little later in the film, actually, but I really loved his character, and I really loved how haunting it was that, especially in Amazing Spider-Man 2, the promise that Peter had to make is really affecting him. I just always loved that, and it's one of my favorite parts of these movies, so I'm glad to immortalize him as a Lego figure now. Here we've got the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit. I love the way that this turned out. It's the Iron Spider head from before and the torso and legs from the Civil War version of Lego Spider-Man from the MCU. Something to point out is that the Civil War version of Spider-Man does have a different spider on the chest because it was based on concept art from Civil War, so technically this is not an MCU accurate suit, which is something that I really like for this figure because it helps you stand out. Now, my friends over at J&J Customs made this custom version from the movie, which of course does look pretty great too, but I did want to give you a purist option because, again, I try to give you stuff that you guys can actually build with pieces you may have in your collection already. And last but not least, we have the Lizard. Now, I've seen people laugh that I used the Lizard/dinosaur guy from the CMF series, but if I'm being honest, it really is our best option as of this video. I mean, what would you want me to use instead? The fish guy from SpongeBob? That would be ridiculous. No, all kidding aside, I really do like the way this looks. It's just the lizard guy, but you want to lift up the helmet and put a black head underneath there so that it looks like his mouth is open. You could also use the head from Orca from the Lego Batman movie collectible minifigure series, but I figure a black head is a little easier to get, so that's what I would recommend here. With that being said, let's zoom out so I can give you my final thoughts on this showcase. Alright guys, well thanks for hanging out with me today on this video. Drop a comment and let me know which figures you think turned out the best, and stay tuned because next week I'll be doing The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and the week after that, Spider-Man No Way Home. Man, am I excited. Anyways, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and maybe check out one of my other videos listed here.